Hello. How to build wheelchair ramp. Wheelchair ramps offer access to buildings and spaces to people in wheelchairs, other wheeled vehicles and people pushing strollers. Strict federal and local guidelines govern the process of building wheelchair ramps and should always be consulted before beginning the process. Follow the steps below to build a ramp that rises 6 inches, is 6 feet long and 5 feet wide and attempts to conform to ADA standards. Instructions. Things you'll need. 1 by 4, 8 feet long. 2 by 4, 8 feet long. 4 by 8 foot sheet of 3/4 inch plywood. 4 by 8 sheets 3/8 inch plywood. 4 by 8 sheet masonite or scatolite, optional. 4 to 6 pounds 1/2 inch wood screws. Measuring tape. Pencil of chalk. Radial saw. Power drill with screwdriver bit. Construct the ramp. 1. Check the guidelines issued by the Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, for specifics on ramp construction. Your city should have a planning department office. Call it to see if there are any local laws governing wheelchair ramp specifications and obtain any necessary permits. 2. Use a pencil or chalk to draw the sides on the thicker sheet of plywood, the 3/4 inch sheet. Start by measuring down the long edge of the plywood sheet. Make a mark at 6 feet. This will be the bottom edge of one side of the ramp. 3. Use the T-square to measure 6 inches directly above the previous mark and make another mark. Draw a straight line from that mark down to the corner of the plywood sheet, forming a triangle that is 6 feet long by 6 inches high. 4. Cut this triangle out of the plywood sheet, using a saw. This is the first side of the ramp. Use it to trace another triangle out of the same plywood sheet. This will be your other side of the ramp. 5. Cut the 1 by 4 into 2 4-foot pieces. Starting from the bottom, make marks every 8 inches along the slope of the sides. Screw the 2 1 by 4 inch pieces at the first 2 marks starting from the bottom. Use 2 screws per side. The joists at the front of the ramp should be placed horizontally and flush to the ground. 6. Cut the 2 by 4s in half, making a total of 8 4-foot pieces. Screw the 2 by 4 pieces into the sides, 2 screws per side, at every other mark. These are the joist's horizontal supporting members that run from side to side up the center of the ramp. Add an extra 2 by 4 joist to the bottom, back corner of the ramp. 7. Measure 6 feet along the 8-foot edge of one of the 3/8 inch plywood sheets and make a mark. Measure and mark at the same distance along the other side and draw a line between the 2 marks. 8. Saw along the line and you're left with a sheet of plywood that is 4 by 6 feet. Lay this sheet over the second sheet and trace it. Cut the second sheet. If you plan on adding a final layer of masonite or scatolite to smooth out the ramp, use this sheet to trace a line on the sheet and cut it as well. 9. Screw the plywood sheets and masonite or scatolite to the ramp. Place the first plywood sheet over the skeletal structure and, using wood screws about every foot or so, screw the sheet to the 2 by 4 foot joists. Add the second sheet of plywood following the same procedure and then the finishing sheet of masonite or scatolite. Tips and warnings. You may add a back to the ramp by cutting a 6 inch by 4 foot piece out of your 3/8 inch plywood scraps and screwing it the back of the ramp. Scatolite is a waterproof material used primarily to surface skateboard ramps. Consult and follow the ADA guidelines and local laws when building a wheelchair ramp. Consider hiring an expert to build the ramp. Resources. Americans with Disabilities Act homepage. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.